I'm going to look you in the eye first thing in the morning and tell you right to your face, I screwed you with that Carolina Hurricanes pick. You got screwed for that one pick. There were other picks that came as well. I know you guys are a bunch of parlay pirates. You lost everything because Carolina wasn't correct. But what about the Avalanche winning and the Anders Lee point and the John Gabriel Pageau point and the over 3.5 shots for McDavid and the point for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins? Nothing, because you're a bunch of pirates, and on some days that's a great thing. Last night probably wasn't a good one, but we got a bigger slate here on a Thursday. I told you yesterday who I was leading off with, like Willie Mays Hayes at the top of the order. It's those New York Islanders, just making you money left and right. I thought that game had rat potential, and just think, same thing with you parlay pirates. Don't ever point and say, oh, the Canucks won. You don't have the discipline to take the Canucks money line. You would have taken the 60 minutes or the -1.5. So just be happy that I kept you off that, because you've never taken a money line in your life unless it's plus you never had your car. But I told you tonight, we're going to be going wherever those Islanders are and betting against them. We're going to start with those same two jerks on the third line, and they're probably wonderful people in terms of production. Another bagel for... If you watched that game, anybody who watched that game and had the under on Anders Lee point, he put one through the goalie that Ian Cole swept off the goal line, and that's how you know when the sniff shines down on you. That's what happens. And we're going to look for that again. I mean, how about this? Anders Lee hasn't recorded a point in like 8 games. When someone's snake bit, I don't want to be the guy trying to guess when he's going to get out of it. He's on the third line and the second power play unit, which only gets like 35 to 40 seconds. Him and Pageau are the only two guys that really aren't in the top 6. And you don't have to worry about getting hot because that third line has done absolutely nothing. So I'm going to take the under on Anders Lee and Pageau together as a bet. That's what I've been doing. If you can do that, put those two together as one bet. You can take either one of them. Kraken win with an under on Anders Lee, 0.5 point, or the under on Pageau. What am I saying? You guys are adding all of them because that's who you are. Arr! But I will take the Kraken to win this game. The Islanders played an exhausting game last night. They were desperately trying to hold on to a lead. When you're one of those absorbing teams, that's an exhausting process. They had a 3-1 lead, holding on for dear life, ended up going to overtime. They lost in overtime. The Kraken game ended earlier. They're both going to Seattle. And I'm taking the Kraken. I just hate saying that out loud. But the Kraken this season, I couldn't be happier. They're making us so much money. Even the bet last night. Yeah, we didn't take the Oilers. Be happy I told you not to take the Oilers because you guys are betting them in 60. I know you are. You guys are betting them -1.5. I know you are because they were like -190. So I kept you off that, but we nailed the McDavid shots. Every time we bet against these Kraken, they got us once this year, last week, I think, with the Avalanche. Every other time we bet against them. That's what I need. I need to know after that playoff series. Spite goes a long way. With me, it will be there for life. In 9 years, I will still be just trying to rake change out of the Kraken. And whether it's me betting on them or against them, I think this is a good spot to bet on them. Give me the Kraken at home against the New York Islanders. The Isles have lost 6 games in a row. I'm betting against a team like that on that miserable Western Canadian / Seattle road trip. So give me the Kraken there. Then the other night, we benefited from taking Crosby with the Pittsburgh Penguins to win. We used that bet on Caesars, and you're going to get another chance to do it tonight. I also like Crosby to register a point, and I like the Pittsburgh Penguins to continue this run of good play. And I'm going to tell you why in a second, but I just want to let you know, if you combine Crosby with the Penguins, once again, you're going to get the Penguins at plus money. He had a hat trick the other night. But you combine Crosby with the Penguins to win, you get them at plus money. You go to Caesars if you're a new user over there, whatever you bet. If you lose, if you happen to lose, that bet that you make is going to be waiting for you in the form of bonus bets in your Caesars account if you happen to lose. But we don't think like that here. You just got to be over 21 and located in a state where sports betting is permitted. And obviously, if you have a gambling problem or anybody you know has a gambling problem, please call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. The reason I'm taking the Penguins, not just because they're on a nice winning streak that we were talking about the other night. In fact, they played pretty poor defensively against the Blue Jackets. They were able to just continue to score and win. But it's more about that other team. You Devils fans, we had a couple conversations last year, but, we ended with a little handshake saying, look, you guys eliminated the Rangers from the playoffs. I'm sorry that I picked the Rangers. I truly didn't want to. But the Devils' inexperience, which showed up in the next round, and their poor defensive structure, and thinking they can just run and gun. Oh, but we're fast and young. That doesn't work all the time. And now without Jack Hughes, these are just the loser Devils. I'm sorry, Devils fans, you're the loser Devils. These are the Devils that I remember, except now they can score a little bit more with some of these other players because, we've wheeled in Meyer and Toffoli to go along with some of the Devils players. But without Jack Hughes, you guys are losing left and right. And obviously, not having Hischier doesn't help defensively, and we're getting in these ruckus games, and ruckus games just to me mean like ones that can go over/way over, like in Winnipeg the other night. So you have a recipe for all you Pirates out there. If you want to build one of these wacky same-game parlays, this might be a nice game to take a shot at it. But as far as the bets go, I like Pittsburgh to win. I want to add Crosby for a point to get them at plus money. If you want me to just make up a same-game parlay off the top of my head, give me Carlson for a point, the over 6.5, Meyer for a point, and Pittsburgh to win. Those four together. You can do that on Caesars. You can use your first risk-free bet on that kind of ruckus bet. When you get two teams who don't care too much about defense, that's when I typically suggest doing one of your pirate parlays with 4 legs, 5 legs, 9 legs. And there's a team that they've slowly earned my respect for years. I'm that kind of guy. You saw it last year. I'm not buying into some team. I held out on the Devils almost all season long. And I'm like, all right, guys, good. But the Kings, 2 years ago, I'm like, I'm taking the Oilers over them in the playoffs. That's the first year in the playoffs. Then last year, they made some progress. They got Fiala over there, and they're really starting to build something. I have faith in them this year. We took them about a week ago when they played Vegas. We took them plus 1.5 in Vegas. They show up for these games. They're just a reliable, good team. And I don't trust those Florida Panthers. I know the Panthers are weaseling a win here, weaseling a win there. I don't trust any teams that don't play solid defense. And I think any given game, these Panthers can really get smacked. But they've played, or how about this? They've gotten results, which that's always to be commended. You're getting results, you deserve to be commended on that. I'm taking the LA Kings in this game. I'm taking them over the Florida Panthers on their home ice. Give me the Kings over the Panthers. Andy, you're not going to give us any upsets, man? Come on, you're just going to sit. Shut up. You want an upset? All right, you're getting an upset. Calgary. I've told you my formula on this. If you played a game and it's in overtime and it's strenuous whatsoever, you got to travel and you got to play the next night, give me that other team who's at home. I don't care. If it's the Sharks, give me the Sharks. Give me the Calgary Flames, who have been trickling a couple wins. Not impressive wins, not saying they're good. But they actually, their last 5 games, I think, are 3-1-1 or something like that. So they're starting to weasel a couple wins. Give me the Calgary Flames over these Vancouver Canucks at plus money. You happy? Yeah, nothing will make you happy. Why? Because you never had your car, and it's tough to never have a car. You're on the bus schedule, you're taking subways. It's a very frustrating process that I hope one day you can find your way out of. We'll see about that, though. But until then, I guess we'll see you here in the YouTube comments. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the Odd Shopper channel here. Come follow me on social media. Always appreciated very much. And I'll be back with you tomorrow to talk some Friday NHL sniffs. Good luck. Also, check out my Thursday Night Football video. There's a pirate parlay in there as well, so go check it out. See you tomorrow.